Welcome to this review about the 5% online, or DBA, doing business as the5ers.com, as you see up here. And you see that they established and were founded in 2016, so that's about 9 years ago. It has been in business for a long, long time. And that's always a good thing when it comes to a company online that you want to work with. Before we get started, I want to introduce you to the description below this video, where you can see timed sections of the video, so you can go and check things that you're extra interested of, but of course you can check the full video as well. During the time we are going through here, we're going to take a look at the company, who is behind it, the different products they offer, how it works for you as a trader if you want to start working with the 5ers, and so on. So let's get started with the about the 5ers. It's always good to know things about the company that you're going to spend a lot of time with. You get a short introduction, you get an intro video. You can see some of the team members here. You see that they have a founder, Gil, that founded it in 2016, a CEO, Saul Lokier, and some other people that are working with the company. They have a lot of staff because they have a lot of members. It's a huge company. Here are some images from their office, and there is from a trading festival they had a couple of years ago, like this. So if you go back to the main page again, you can see that they offer 3 different programs like this. This is a 1-step, this is a 2-step, and this is a 3-step program. In the hypergrowth 1-step, let's take a look at that one. That's a program which you will mostly heard about as instant funding. It means that from the first trade you're actually earning money. However, you need to pass the first 10%. You need to grow the account by 10%. When you're done that, you come to something called level 2 or phase 2. That's the first time where you can withdraw the money that you made in the first phase, first level, like this. So if you apply for a 10,000, that means that you get 10,000 on your account when you pass the first 10 in level 2. So you're actually starting with 5,000. Same with this one. Level 2, 20,000, starting with 10,000. Level 2, 40,000, starting with 20,000. So the amount up here is when you actually have qualified to trade this program. You see they have a 10% target that you need to reach on level 1. And from level 2, you can withdraw money anytime that you have made $150 minus profit split, depending on what split it is. It's the same for all programs. You have a stop-out level of 6%, a daily pause of 3%, meaning at midnight they check your equity balance, and if you drop 3% down from that level, all trades will be closed, and you can't trade until after the next midnight, but you don't lose the account. It's a way to stop the account simply because a couple of years ago that they saw that many traders who lose 3% mostly lose their account, and they wanted to stop traders from doing that. So then they have a pause instead of losing the account. It's better because then you get at least one more chance. Profit split is up to 100%. We'll come into that later down the page. You have unlimited time to pass this challenge. There are no time restrictions on that one. You do have an inactivity, so you need to open a new trade within 30 days. And if you have a swing trade or a long-term trade, all you have to do is open up a small 0.01 lot, open and close, and that inactivity will reset to new 30 days. So you have unlimited 30 days as well. Here you have a leverage of 1/30, and that's for Forex. The leverage is a little different depending on assets, which you will find on the 5ers help pages where you can search for leverage. Here's the fee. On the hypergrowth, there is a higher fee simply because you are earning money from day one. There are no challenges to go through, really. You earn from the first trade, even though you can't take the payout until you come to your first level or your second level, where you have actually made your 10% first time. Bonus. 15, 25, 50. This is something called hub credits. The hub is your back office. A hub credit can be used as a discount on your next purchase, or if you buy other programs into the company as of today. They cannot be withdrawn. This is just a bonus, so you get a feeling that you have done something good, that you actually have passed something, that you have managed to go through a tough time, because it is as a trader, right? And then you sign up here. And here they explain about the bonuses as well. There are a lot of information that you can go through, so you actually learn everything about your business. It's so important. Here you have the most basic rules about this program. So read through that. Here you can see how many accounts you can have. You see you can have maximum capital per trade on Evolution account size is 40,000. So that was not this one. It's this line. That's 40,000. So you can have 2 of these, 1 of that one, and 1 of that one. 40,000 altogether. So it's 4 different accounts you can have at the same time. And combined with that, you can have also the max allocation on the other programs. So you are not restricted to only buy one program. You can buy from all programs, you can have max allocation on all of them. And this one you can grow up to $4 million. News trading is allowed on this one, and it's also allowed on another program called the Bootcamp. But on the high stakes, there is a small restriction during news that we come to when we come to high stakes. Platform is the MT5. That's the only platform they have today. They are developing their own platform coming in the future. So that's why they only have one platform to choose from. So it's simple. You only have MT5. But this is a very good one. We move further, and you see that the first payout can happen 14 days after receiving a funded account, right? That means that when you come to level 2 and you get a new account, a funded account will always start as disabled. And there's a waiting period of 1 to 2 days and so on before it gets activated. But your 14 days start counted as soon as you get the account, even if it is disabled. So for 14 days from this, you get the second account, you can make your first withdrawal. And then you can make it every 2 weeks after that. You can also wait longer than 14 days if you want. You don't have to take out money after 14 days. But when you take out money, it will reset and start counting new 14 days. Then you have the terms and conditions. I recommend you 200% to read them so you understand all rules. So nothing is hidden, everything is there. But if you ignore that one, you may have surprises which you don't want. Down here you can see, depending on which account you select to start with, or if you select several, but then you can see 40K, 20K, and 10K. This is actually the 5 which you start with. This is the 10 and this is the 20. And you see here on the evolution, the first one where you need to pass the 10%, this is what you have to do. And you see you got a lot of bonuses here, and that's so you can buy more programs and really reach maximum allocation with your trading profits. And these bonuses cannot be withdrawn. They must be used in-house. It's like the local coin that you use for discount. The 5ers do not offer any discounts or such things. Promotions, first of all, they don't have to, because they have loads of customers and loads of happy traders. And second of all, since they have this program, they rather let good traders prove their worth, and then they can buy actually more. They don't want people to buy accounts, lose them, and so on. They want them to be successful, and that's why I said before, the company is built by traders for traders. So you see you have 8 levels from the very beginning on this account to reach the maximum $4 million. And you see here how you start on the second level, that when you take your payout, you keep 50% of what you made. Company has a split of 50%, so they take half. That's only on level 1, or when you get paid in level 2. And then your part increases. And here you have 80 to 100. And 100, how can they give 100? It's because they can copy your signals. So you get your full pay, and they get their full pay. really, because they copy it like this. And they also have some reviews from Trustpilot at the bottom. You can also visit Trustpilot to know more. And then down here, you have a support form. You see when they are open, the live support, when they will answer you. And you have an email where you can reach out to support. You also have a live chat. There is also a Discord group with support agents live during Monday to Friday. And there is activity 24/7, so you can always go in there, talk to people, ask questions, talk about any topics, just say hi, and so on. And you also have 2 offices, where the main office is in Israel, and then there is a paper office for legal purposes in London, like this. So that was the hypergrowth. This is the Bootcamp. The Bootcamp is a low leverage program, meaning that you can buy less of each asset, meaning also that you have least chance to actually blow the account or lose the account, simply because you can only use small portions of your account when you're trading. It's the safest account that you can have. And you can see here that you can buy different account sizes of it. Let's take this $100,000 account. The Bootcamp is a little special because you don't pay the full price when you start. You only pay a portion of the cost for the account. So you see here, you pay $95. And you pay the small fee because they want you to be successful. They don't want you to pay $300-400 for an account, right? So you pay that. Then you have 3 phases. Step 1, there's one. You start with the $25,000 account. You see there was a 100K that you will get when you get funded. You start with 25K, need to reach 6%, and you have all the information you need about the different levels here. Second step, when you pass step 1, you get 50,000, and step 3 you get 75,000. And when you pass that one, you pay the full price for the program. And when you've done that, you get a funded account with $100,000. This scaling plan, it starts as the hypergrowth with 50/50 on level 1. Then it increases like this. See it here. And you see the max loss and the profit targets and what you have in your account when you start. And this start 100K, start 250K, just shows you from which levels where you had your initial purchase, meaning that you can start with a 20K and reach down to 4 million. You can start with 100 or 250 and reach 4 million. So it doesn't matter where you start, you can always reach the maximum per account like this. Right? It's good to know about. And here again you have the rules, the main rules for the program, right? The Bootcamp is the only program that requires you to have a stop loss during the challenge phase until you're funded. So you must set a stop loss within 3 minutes from where you activated your order. It's a script that is checking that. If you ignore that more than 5 times, your account will be terminated. So stop loss is very important. And you can't use more than 2% risk per position of your account. And yeah, you have all the information here on how it works. And again, terms and conditions, super important that you read. Same rule with the 14 days payout and every 2 weeks and so on. So that's the Bootcamp. Now we're going to take a look at the program that we're actually going to focus in on in this research, called the high stakes, the most popular one. So the hypergrowth was one level that you must make 10%, then you get a payout, but you get paid from day 1 on your account, but you can't withdraw until you come to level 2. On the Bootcamp, you have 3 phases to pass, then you pay for the full price for the program, and then you are funded. The high stakes is a 2-step with different percentages on step 1 and step 2. The high stakes means they are high leverage. So if you know what you're doing, it's a great program. If you don't know what you're doing, no program is great. You should learn how to trade before you actually join any of these programs. Because you want to be successful, and to be successful, it requires that you have a system or a method to actually trade. So in this one you can buy 5, 10, 20, 60 and 100. The rules for this is you can purchase a mix of these accounts up to 125k, meaning that you can mix different accounts here, right? You can choose either 5 or 10, that's one group. Then let's say you take a 10, a 20, then you have purchased 30,000. So then you can't purchase a 100 because that will exceed the 125, will be 130. So that's not possible. So if your intention is to buy a 100k, you can then buy a 20 and a 5 as well, 3 accounts that will become 125. Let's say you want to have a 10, a 20 and a 60. That's 90,000, right? And when you have 90,000, then you have 35 left. You can't buy anything more right now. But since you have that gap left, you become funded on one of these by the exact same amount again if you not have reached the 125k. So if you want to start with a few but not max the allocation, you can do that, or you can max the allocation, but then you will either have a 60 or 100 as the highest, and then combine it with any of these until you reach 125k. That's the max allocation you can have, max start. Many times it's great to just have one account. Start with the 5k and see how good you actually are, because there are different rules that you need to implement in this as well. It's not like trading with a broker. You have your daily loss and maximum loss and so on, which we come to. Again, you have unlimited time, right? And you can work with it for 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 years if you want to. Speed is not a thing that normally is a good thing in trading. Take it slow, build it up, see it as a good investment, but be careful with risk, especially if you're trading Forex with high leverage. Because the leverage on Forex is 1 to 100. You can buy a lot, but still every pip in Forex pays still the same. And the more you buy, the faster it goes into loss and the faster it goes into profit. So it's a double-edged sword, really, about it, right? Maximum loss, daily loss. This is very, very important. When you start trading, every midnight, a script will check what was your highest equity and balance. And let's say now, for example, you open an order and you are, let's say you are $5,000 plus. You have a 100k account. You are $5,000 plus at midnight. Then you cannot drop in open equity more than 5%. If you do, the account will be lost and terminated. If it's balance, then it's the same thing, 5% per day. That's the max you can have. But you have a maximum loss of 10%. Meaning that if you have several small losses over several days, like 3% Monday, 3% Tuesday, 3% Wednesday, that's fine because you haven't exceeded the daily 5%. And then you would have 1% left. So you will still be in the game, but you will have a tough time. So this one is more important than this one in the beginning. Because this is the maximum daily, any 24 hours period, from midnight to midnight. You cannot lose more than 5%. If you, after midnight, if you start trade after midnight and you go up $10,000 and down $12,000, that's totally fine, because it will use the number from midnight to define the minus 5%, not what you do during the day. Then you can go up and down as much as you like, but you cannot go below 5% from the balance from the last midnight. And and the maximum loss is based on the account's initial balance. This is based on the current equity balance from last midnight. But this is the initial. So if you have a 100K account, that means 90,000 is where the maximum loss happens, and it must happen over several days. And in phase 1, you need to reach a target of 8%. In phase 2, 5%. And this one is a 5K. The cheapest one is $39, which can be a very good start for many people. But the good thing with the high stakes, it's the only program. Any amount you purchase, you get a refund of that amount. So if you pass the 2 steps, it costs you nothing really. You get your money back. Right? And the way you get your money back is when you have become a high stakes trader, a funded trader. When you get that account, same as the other ones, 14 days later, you make a withdrawal. With that withdrawal, your refund will be sent on automation with your other profits. So you won't get a refund just because you passed 2 levels. You must wait for the first withdrawal. And if you lose the account before the withdrawal, you don't get a refund because there's no money left. But if you, for example, let's say you buy a 100K account, this one, right? Then the price for that one is more than this minimum 150. That was a minimum withdrawal there. That means that if you pass the 2 levels, you can just sit and wait for 14 days and just withdraw this one. You don't need to trade anything because this is above the minimum required for a withdrawal, that is 150. So you can just sit and wait, get your money back, and then start trading. Then you know, even if it doesn't go the way you anticipated, you at least got your money back and you can start again. Like this. And you can buy as many accounts as you want. You can fail as many times as you don't want that, but it happens, right? And that doesn't affect if you get funded or not. It's how trading works. You may lose some accounts before you actually get funded, but that's how it is. That's everybody has been there, so it's nothing new really. Let us go back up because I jumped this on purpose. Minimum profitable days. That is a very common question that comes a lot into support. A profitable day is a 0.5% of your initial balance. So for example, let's say you are in a 5K. Let's go back to that one. 5K, right? 1% would be $50. 0.5% would be $25. So that means on 3 different days, you must have a closed profit loss at the end of day at midnight of $25. Minus trades, minus plus trades must be $25 plus. Then you have a 1 profitable day. And you must do that on 3 different days. They can be in a row, they can be separated day, they can be months between them, doesn't matter. 3 different days. And you must have that to scale to the next step. Same thing here, you must have that to scale to the next step. But when you come to funded, you can still withdraw as soon as you have earned $150 and after 14 days. You have no requirement to have 3 profitable days for a withdrawal. But if you want to go to the next level, get more funds, then you must have the target, which is not this one, is this one, 10% on the funded, plus 3 profitable days. Otherwise, it won't move to the next level. But scaling requires 3 profitable days. Withdrawals do not. Here you also get a little bonus. And why this program is popular is because you get a refund, you get your money back, and that's really good actually, because the company do not want you to lose money, of course, and they don't earn money from inviting traders to trade the account. They give it back when you pass, when you've proven that you are a good trader. At this. You have introduction video, and then you have the most common rules here. This is about the midnight balances, how that is calculated, and so on. And you also have here terms and conditions, which is very good to read. And this one you can scale up to $500,000 per account. Right. You will sign a contract when you become funded, and I think it says that you can maximum trade $10 million in the company. Right. So you can have many programs until you reach $10 million. This. And another common question about these programs is about copy trading. Copy trading is not allowed, but it is allowed. You cannot copy another person's signals, another person's advices, and so on, but you can copy your own private account into the 5ers, and you can copy from other prop firms and so on, as long as you are the owner of that account. You cannot copy another person's account, because that is the real copy trading. But you can copy trade between your different businesses and so on. That's totally fine. Until you reach 500,000. Then each account must have different trades. And there are ways to do that with copy traders that can separate different accounts depending on which signal you're sending to each account and so on. So that can be solved, but it's good to know about. And this one, same thing here, you can start at different levels, but if you start at 5,000, you can always reach 500,000. If you start at 100,000, you can of course reach 500,000. It just goes a little faster, but it costs more money and so on. But it goes faster, do that. Here you have the payout ratio. On the high stakes, start 80% to you, 20% to the company, called profit split. So if you made $150, there will be a split 20% of $150, $30 that will be taken by the company. Then you no longer have $150, so you must make more than that. I think it's $181 or so to do the split and have $150, so you will be liable for a withdrawal. And you see here the profit target and the payout ratio. The payout ratio is pretty same all the way down to 175,000. Then it decreases a little bit, then it goes further down. And if you're a really good trader and reach 350,000, you see something happens here. First of all, you get 100% of all profits that you make. And then you also get the fixed payout. You get the personal account from the company, you get the salary of 4,000, 4,000, 4,000, then there you 10,000. So if you max an account, you can make what you make in the account, 100%, plus 10,000 as a paycheck for the company, because now you are a really good trader and they want to do everything to keep you, of course, because their equity fund needs to grow, like all investments. And now when we have discussed the programs, what they cost, how they work, different phases and so on, we come to another very common thing. People ask, is this simulated trading platforms? Meaning, is this a demo account all the way? In the 5ers, it's a little bit different. What happens is you will have the same spreads, the same data feed and so on from your NT5 server. But when it becomes funded, those signals are sent to software that automates and check who you are, what your profile, how your profile has behaved and so on, and then they copy your trades into the equity fund. And that's how they make money, and that's how they can do their payouts, which we will check later, and you will see after 9 years. Because in this industry, there are a lot of suspicions that companies only take in traders to lose and pay out with that money. Not possible in this company. They actually have legal contracts about that the money they take in for accounts can only be used for business expenses and stuff like that, and all the payouts needs to come from the equity fund. And that's what they say, and that's what they show, and that's all I can say. I don't know. I haven't seen the inner circle, so to say. But after 9 years, if you can survive 9 years with so many traders, so many payouts, they actually trade. That's for sure. And then exactly how it works, I don't know. I'm not going to promise anything. I just listen to what the companies say, and I have been here since 2021, and they have been very honest in everything they have done, so I trust that. And down here, you can also, again, you can read. You can also go to the Trustpilot and read, of course, and it's the same information here about the support, and yeah, down here, right? This. So now we have went through the 3 programs. Let us move on. I purposely left out the rules about news trading. I mentioned it in the Hypergrowth, not the High Stakes, not the Bootcamp, because I found it to be easier to explain it here. In the Hypergrowth, you have no news rules. You can trade any news. What you have in Hypergrowth and in Bootcamp is that you can trade any news. The only rule that they have, that when the news happens, when the news announcement happens, let's say there are news 9 a.m. That means 2 minutes before 9 a.m., 8:58 to 9:02, you cannot do what is called bracketing trading or straddle trading. You cannot have a buy and sell on both sides of the current position during news. But that's only on during 4 minutes, right? So these two, Hypergrowth 1 and 3 here, they have no news restrictions. High Stakes has news restrictions. But there is only one rule and one single rule. Again, news came out 9 a.m. You cannot open new market order trades. You cannot get pending orders that is listed on your platform during those 4 minutes. 2 minutes before, 2 minutes after. Everything else is okay. You can take profit, you can hit stop loss during news or during the restriction. No issue at all. Only one rule. No new orders, pending or market, 2 minutes before, 2 minutes after the set news announcement time. And they are using Forex Factory, red folder, it's a high impact news. And if a news says all day or tentative, where there are new specific announcement time, they are not included in any restrictions. So then there are no restrictions. So let's say that we have Euro news, for example, and it says all day. That means that you can trade all Euro pairs. You also have good information about this on the help pages of the 5ers, so you can read about it there. Right. So now you know news. The one in the middle has news restrictions, 2 minutes before, 2 minutes after. The 1 and the 3 has no news restrictions, but you cannot bracket trade. You cannot set up a buy and sell order on both sides of current price, on current market price, during only 4 minutes. Right. This. Here you also have an explanation video between the programs and so on. Good to know about. The 5ers is already known for a low price, the high stake $39, tight spreads, fast payouts, and never rejected any payouts ever. If a trader failed, do not allowed actions on their account, the company still pay that trader, and then they close the relationship with that trader. But they do pay, right? And here you have some other reasons to what they are and so on. Every time they check payouts, spreads, conditions, support, 5ers get top results. Number 1 most of the time. What I've seen during my 4 years here. Right? Then this one. If you're not sure what spreads are or want to see the platform, how it works, you can download MT5, MetaTrader 5, download to this investor account and see everything, how it will look like when you actually purchase an account. You see the spreads, the assets, how they are named, and all the stuff. You see the chart and so on. So this one is on the main page. You can just copy here, copy account number, password, and the server. This one is important. There are 2 servers. One is default called Experience. That's how MetaTrader has chosen to select it. The Experience is when the company run contests, which they do here and there, different type of contests. Then we use the Experience server. It's a contest server. But the real one is for all challenges plus the spread account. This. If you never had an account with the 5ers, you may have a back office, but you don't have an account. That's the only time where you can get an external discount through prop firm match. They have a lot of companies that they list and giving offers and so on. And here is all prop firms. See, select all. The 5ers is at the top with 12,026 likes. They are top notch. They have been around for 9 years. And these are members that is saying this. It's no one else, right? And you can get the 5% off for all accounts except for the 100K account, right? So let us go to the page. You can learn a lot about the company here, how they pay out. They use RiseWorks, crypto, like this. Crypto is a maximum of $1,500 direct, but on RiseWorks you can take out unlimited. There are no limit how much you can make. And that's sky is the limit, as they say. Here's the ways you can pay for a program: PayPal, Apple Pay, credit card, debit card, Google Pay, and crypto. The entire the 5ers is CFD based, contracts for difference, meaning you don't buy the actual asset, you buy a paper on price going up and down. That's what CFD stands for, right? This. And here you can see different leverages and different steps and commissions and a lot of information here about the 5ers. But prop firm match only works if you never ever purchase an account. And you can only have one account per person and only one email per person. Because you're going to do something called Know Your Customer when you become funded. And then they check that you are the person that actually bought the account, because you must buy it with your personal debit, credit card, crypto, etc. You can never ever use someone else's card. That will be rejected and you will then have to redo the challenge. It has to do with money laundering, the rules for that, terrorist laws and so on, such things. To protect that no one can buy a lot of accounts, get refunds on that money, so they actually clean their money, so to say. So it must be your card with your name on it that buy an account if you buy by credit card. Super important that you understand that. Or you will get a nasty surprise that you will have to redo the challenge, and you don't want to do that. The 5ers changed to RiseWorks, I don't know if it's 2 years ago or so. So this is actually the stats from RiseWorks, because then they can check how they pay out different companies and so on. It's called in Trading Pilot, where you can see different prop firms, how they pay and so on. And here you can see the 5ers. Average payout is about $2,000. Total payouts is 20 million, and number of payouts. And the highest was, I think it was last year, 91,000. Another thing people worry about: do they really pay the high paychecks? Yes, they do. And here's the last 12 months, and this is only through RiseWorks, right? The direct crypto, I don't know if it take this up, because this I think is only through RiseWorks. And here you can see today is 1st March, and you can see the payouts that they have done. It's coming here up in real time when they do payouts, right? And here are the top payouts. The highest was 91,000. But you see I have some here in February for 39,000. It's pretty recent, just a week ago, right? And here you can see last payout, because it's weekend right now, so no one is in the office, no payouts is done. But they start working Sunday again. And there's another thing we need to talk about. The 5ers is residing in Israel. They have a different work week. They work Sunday to Thursday, right? It may not, if you come from Europe, for example, that's a bit strange, but it's not strange because it's how they do it. So on Thursdays, when the Thursday ends, Friday and Saturday is weekend, And if you are in funded stage and you need to be approved by the risk team, it won't happen until early Sunday. And if you're waiting for a payout, and if that was not run on Thursday from the office, it will also take minimum Sunday. So no way you need to sit and wait on a Friday, for example, because it can happen if they were put input Thursday, but most likely it's going to happen Sunday or Monday. So it's a different week for sure, but it's how it is. It's their business, so we have to follow their work schedule, of course. So now you know that you also get paid, because that's a very critical point for most traders. Will I get paid for all the work I put in? Yes, you will. I wouldn't be here for 4 years if I didn't get paid and I saw other people get paid, or if there was any problems. 100% you will. Unless you break any rules, do something bad that you're not allowed to do, which you will see in the terms and conditions and also help pages. Because there's only time you don't get paid, or you will get paid but then you can't continue, is when you break the rules, do things you're not allowed to do. And I have never, ever been in that situation. So I must do something that is okay, right? What can happen is if you max out your lot size and take small stop losses, tight stop losses. The problem with that is, look at it from a company's perspective. Let's say you have 1,000 traders. 900 of them trade with low risk, and they have stop loss acceptable for the market, because the market wavers, as you know, up and down, right? And you have 100 traders that are taking massive lots, small stops. Chances for them to be stopped out is 90% higher than for the other 900 traders. Which group would you choose to work with? The 900, of course. That doesn't mean the 100 will be rejected. But that's where the percentage sits of the about 5% of all traders that get a leverage restriction and risk restriction. That can happen when you become funded, because that's the first time they even check your account. They don't check anything in the challenge, the phases that you go through. So if you get that, don't see it as a punishment. See it as a way for them to tell you that, okay, you're taking way too much risk. You are too risky to trade our equity fund. Remember, this is their business, right? Because it's very common that people get upset when they get restricted because they don't know how to trade. They have no understanding of money management and the risk in the market. So if you're such trader, think twice before you actually enter. And if you have a system similar to what I just described, go to live support or to the Discord support or any support in the 5ers. Ask them where you should go and who you should talk to, most likely live support, where they will send a ticket to the risk department. And then you can show your system. And the risk department will tell you if this is a good way to do it or not. And then you together can do changes, instead of sitting waiting for the funded stage and then hope for being funded while you know that you have been risking, or you may not know it, but they will tell you for sure. So it's better to work with risk department, because they are the CEO of your money, really. If they don't think you are a good trader to have in their fund, you will not have the same leverage and the same risk percentage available to you. They will lower that. And when you have proven that you can actually manage, because you may be a super good trader with high lots, tight stops, because that's how you trade, you're a scalper and so on, right? Then you can contact them again, say, okay, can you please check my accounts? And they check this and they say that you're profitable and you're doing great with this one. Then they will open it up again. But it's important to understand that, because instead of hiding from the truth that may come to you, talk to them. Get an approval that, okay, the way you do this is great. You can continue to do it this way. Or they say, well, you are high risk trader. We want you to trading the phases. Trading the phases, the challenge phases. And we also want you to have a lower leverage for 1-2 months. So we actually see that you can manage this in a good way. And then you get a full leverage, full risk again. I talk about this because that's important research for you to do before you enter. If you're a swing trader and if you're a normal trader with normal low risk and not a super high lot size and so on, you will never have a problem. Because they will probably not even get an alert from the software about you, because you would just pass through, which 95% do. So that's important. So now you know about the programs, you know about the payouts, you know how everything works, how long they have been in business and so on. Good things to know. Now the next thing is the 5ers stream multiple times in a week. Both in Discord and on YouTube live. They live trade with you. They show you systems, things, they invite guests and so on. You see it down here. So they have a YouTube that is called The 5ers Funding and Beyond. You can just search for The 5ers so you find them. You can go here and check the videos. This popular video, you see that the Quasimodo pattern 4 years ago has most views and so on. A lot of different topics, systems, guests that have invited, institutional trader that was invited by the 5ers and so on. And they do trader interviews with successful traders and so on. A lot of things to go through here if you want to learn more about the company, what they do and so on. And the next thing is, like I said, Discord is one place where you can get support, where you can get help, or just come in and talk to other traders. Have fun, pretty much. You have Facebook, you have TikTok, you have Instagram, you have LinkedIn, a lot of social media platforms. But Discord is the biggest one, it's the largest one, where only customers can join. So you can join it now. If you're not a customer, you need to be a customer, buy an account, then you get access. And you get access from something called the Hub, which we're going to check out now. This is the Hub, the back office is hub.the5ers.com. Here you can find all your accounts at overview. This is a $10,000 high stakes, just an example. And we have some stats and information. You can see your trades, you can see your equity and your balance and so on, and how much you have earned and which stage you are in, phase 1, phase 2, and how much you need to earn and how much you can lose and so on, right? Profitable days. And up here you can buy a new order. Here you can see your hub credits, and here you get notifications if there's anything you on a new account or anything else that happens. You can have a light mode or you can have a dark mode. This. And orders, they have all your orders that you have done, your invoices and stuff like that. On the profile, look at this. Here you can see this is some older, but still, some payouts, funded certificate. If I go down here, you see this is not all. You see the date here. And this is actually the thing that they changed Backoffice, and therefore they all have the same date. Of course, I didn't pass all these funded accounts at the same day, but that's why it shows that. So it can be good to know. It looks like this, right? And that's the certificate you get when you get funded, and you've proven that you're a good trader and you can do this, right? You have an affiliate section if you want to invite friends, family, other people online. You just can see your commissions, your payouts and such things. I'm not inviting through affiliate links simply because for me that is something I just don't do. Because If you want to join the 5ers, you join the 5ers at the5ers.com. I'm not here to earn money from inviting people, so just a policy I have, so it won't happen. Affiliate kit, where you can get some information on banners and some marketing materials, logos, stuff you can use. Asset specifications, that's a good one. Many of the most commonly asked questions you can find here about forex, metals, indices, crypto, commodities. Commissions, contract sizes, swaps, which is a fee you pay every midnight, depending on which asset it is. The trading hours, you can also find that from MetaTrader 5. Downloads, that's the5ers.com/downloads, but you can also go through from your back office like this. You can download the MT5. Then you have some indicators here. Max lot calculation can be a good one. It shows on MetaTrader 5 how much you can buy for that asset, depending on which margin you have left. Your risk exposure, your auto charges. This drag and trade hasn't worked for a long time. I don't think it's ever going to work again, but it's there if it happens, right? Auto charges has a specific web page on its own. It's a great program for people that are using indicators and patterns and stuff. You can read about it here. Video on demand. It's a video section that you can find a lot of webinars, educations, and so on that you can go through. The more you learn, sometimes it's better for your mentality, how you trade, how you perform with your systems, and so on. So you have that video on demand. And then you also have, which you should do in the beginning before you start trading, do a trading plan. So you get to learn more about yourself. You will be asked questions in a PDF, which you can download here. It's for your own purpose only, right? And as you see, there is a little chat here. That's live support. You can click on this one, and then you can talk to the support agent. And if you have any question that is unanswered on the web page, or you have a problem with your account or something with you know your customer or anything, you can always talk to a live agent. And if they are not live, because they don't work 24/7, even though you can email at help@the5ers.com 24/7, you can always send email to their same ticket system, and you get an answer when they come back to the office like this. Down here you have YouTube, you have Discord where you can join when you're a customer, and you have the social platforms down here, right? Facebook, Twitter or X, Instagram, TikTok, and LinkedIn like this. So this is your back office where you can see everything about your accounts, invoices, some data specifications about this asset specifications, affiliates, achievements, your profile, and so on. So that is what is called the hub. And as you saw before, we get hub credits here. That's a local coin that you can use to get discounts. Then you'll also see in your account, after you have passed the phases, it says credits. That has nothing to do with hub credits. It's a different thing. Credits is a separation on your account for refunds, profits from previous account, and so on, that will go out on your next withdrawal. So it's good to know about that one. So before you decide if this is the company you want to work with, go through the things that we have went through in this video. Go to the main web page, the5ers.com, and you also see that you have here FAQ. That's that one. That's a huge page with a help section. This one, help.the5ers.com is the URL if you want to go there without clicking there. And you have some popular articles, and you have general here. For example, you can see who can join the 5ers. You can take a look at that one. And you see there are countries that cannot join the 5ers due to different regulations and stuff. And there. United States is being worked on still. The company hope to invite US members again soon. What zone is, I don't know, but that's a huge market and a lot of people trade in the US, and of course the 5ers want them to be part of their company. So, and as soon as any of these companies follow some regulations and have control over their economies and so on, they will of course be invited as well. But as long as they are restricted by credit companies, credit card companies and so on, and the company can't pay out to them because they don't have any good bank systems and so on, that's why they are restricted basically. Because if they can't pay out, they can run a business for that person. So the help.the5ers.com is a very good place to go if you want to really absorb everything, learn everything. You can search on keywords and find out pretty much everything. And if you can't find it, ask in the Discord, Facebook, Twitter and so on, or go to the live support. They are always helpful and will help you out with any questions that you may have. So thank you for listening to this, and welcome to the 5ers.